Great morning, great morning, great morning, great people. Welcome to the message, y'all. Welcome to the message. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're feeling good. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Happy hump day, y'all. We in this thing. Y'all know we're not going to be here for a long time. So you know what to do, ski booski. Come in, like the live, share the love. Drop something in the chat that you're grateful for. Let's get in the flow of abundance. And let's get into the message for this morning. Y'all don't have a whole lot, but man, I had to title this The Uncomfortable Truth, right? The Uncomfortable Truth. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. The Lord didn't give me a whole lot, but he did give me scripture for this morning that he wanted to point out the uncomfortable truth, okay? And this might hurt a little bit. So sip your favorite adult beverage, okay? Sip your favorite adult beverage and all it do it, let's get to it. Let's get into the message. When I was shuffling this morning, y'all, there's a card that fell out and I'm gonna keep it. It's face down, so I hadn't seen it yet. But let's talk about it. All it do it, let's get to it. Good morning, Pam. Good morning. So the Lord was talking to me about the uncomfortable truth this morning, y'all. For some of you, the first thing I heard was this might hurt, right? This might hurt. So for many of you, you're no longer pretending, you're not pretending anymore to not see people for who they are. And something that you say is going to convict someone. They're not going to like it, but they can't deny the truth of it. So as the Lord was giving me this morning in prayer, he sent me to John, okay? He sent me to the book of John, John 16:13 in your handy dandy Bible, John 16:13. But when he, the Spirit of truth, comes, he will guide you into all truth, which is full and complete. For he will not speak on his own initiative, but he will speak whatever he hears from the Father, the message regarding the Son, and he will disclose to you what is to come in the future. And so, for many of you, there's some truth that you're going to call out. There's someone that maybe you're going to call them out on some foolishness, or you're going to give your perspective on something. Now, this is not something that you're giving just because you want to give it. They ask for your perspective, and maybe you like, I don't even really want to get into it. But then when the Spirit of truth comes, he's going to give you the words to say. So it's like for many of you, you're no longer pretending like, and the way that the Lord explained this to me, y'all, and this is just a truestory.com. I'm this person. There are things that people will think go right over your head. There are things that people will think that you don't pick up on. Y'all ever been, you know, hearing somebody talk and they trying to talk in code, but the Spirit of truth, the Spirit has already told you, like, listen, because they're really talking about you, but that doesn't mean respond. But it's like, have people ever tried to like talk about you in code and think that it completely goes over your head, but you don't say anything. You just act like you're oblivious to it. I tell y'all that is something that has made me be very much aware and learn a lot about people, because people will think that you're naive. People will think like, oh, man, she don't understand nothing. He don't even we talking about her right in her face and she don't even know it. But what I have recognized is there are things that I'm just not going to react or respond to. I know what you're saying, because you can say something and immediately the Lord will make me aware of it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to give it a response. I'm not going to give it a reaction. So as a result of that, people think that they're pulling the wool over your eyes, or like they getting over on you because they think that you're clueless. But whether they realize it or not, the Lord has already clued you in. Does that make sense? So for some of you, so that was like what the Lord was talking to me about this morning. There are things that people think that you're unaware of. There are things that people are doing that they think that you're unaware of. But because you ignore it or just don't react to it, it doesn't mean that they're getting away with something. It doesn't mean that they pulling one on you. It simply means that it's beneath you to react or respond to it. Right? It's not worth my energy. Drop that in the chat. It ain't worth my energy. Why would I care? You know what I'm saying? So for some of you, there's going to be a situation like that where you picking up what they putting down, but you're just not going to give them the energy for it. Because for what? Like, if people have to go to that length to try to talk about you or think, well, we talking about him or her in their face and they don't even know it. No, we know. We just don't care. Okay? We just don't care. So for some of you, it's just like, and that's cowardly, right? That's cowardly. And we are in a season of elevation. And for many of us, we receive this, right? We're above that. Like, that's beneath the level that we're on. And that's not conceit. That's not arrogance. That's just beneath me to give that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? If you still on that level, baby, we already ain't in alignment. You feel me? So anyway, that was the first part. So the Lord was just talking to me about that. And then the other thing is, you're not pretending to not see people for who they are anymore, right? One thing we are doing in this season, y'all, when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. You could, and this is also you forming your own opinions. I mentioned this, I think yesterday or the day before, where nobody can influence me to tell me that a person is such and such. I'm going to let that person show me who they are. And then I'm like, oh, okay, now I know how to deal with you. And we going to move accordingly, right? So you're not being influenced. The Lord is just allowing. And remember, y'all, this is dealing with access as well. Because the level that you're on, the connection that you have, I'm not forfeiting my access, my seat. I'm not doing that. Because I'm this close to God and I know I'm in alignment with Him, babe, I ain't got time for this energy over here. That was a different season of my life where we would have resonated with that, right? Where I would have been the one, I want to be in the gossip. I want to be, no. I don't need none of that. Get thee from behind me. Get thee behind me, Satan. Okay, I don't want that kind of energy in my life because that kind of energy blocks blessings. So for some of you, it's like you're not pretending to not see people anymore. No, I see you. And that's just, and if you're still on that type of time, that just lets me know that we're not in alignment. And the Lord is in a season where He's surrounding us with people who are genuine, who for real, right? Because I want to deal with people who and I saw this on a post this morning. Like, I can't stop you from talking about me behind my back, but I can stop you from talking about me and from smiling in my face. Quit playing in people's face, okay? Like, people don't see you for real, because that don't make me look bad. That makes you look bad, right? Anyway, I hope that makes sense for somebody. Next. People don't get mad at the lie, y'all. People don't get mad at the lie. It's the truth that pisses them off, because the truth makes them uncomfortable and keeps them from hiding behind the lie. I don't know who's dealing with this, and I don't know why this. I was in the bathroom this morning. The Lord started talking to me about people want to hide behind the lie because it's easier. It's easier for them to pretend than it is to face the truth. So for some of you, there's an uncomfortable truth that's going to come out. For some of you, this may be in conversation. You may end up saying something to somebody. Whatever the case may be, it's like there, and then it's almost like you're gonna get immediate reaction where you're gonna tell. I just heard the word bristle. Like, that is not one of my spirit names. Whose spirit names is this? Where it's like people, you gonna tell that what your words or what you said has made someone uncomfortable, because they're going to feel convicted, because that's all that's happening, right? Because we're not speaking on our own, but there will be moments, y'all, where you will be in conversation and the Holy Spirit will tell you what to say, and what you say to that person is going to convict them. Okay, so think it not strange, because I've had people tell me I can say something random and people be like, man, you just convicted me. I was like, well, I ain't do it on purpose, and if I did, it wasn't me, it was the Spirit, right? So anyway, when the Spirit of truth comes, okay, so for many of you, there may be some uncomfortable conversations, some uncomfortable truths that are going to happen. You ain't gonna be speaking on your own. This is a message that the Lord gonna have to get out to somebody, honey, because He needs somebody to know. He gonna put some check me in somebody's spirituals, okay? So all to do it, let's get to it. Y'all like the live, share, love. Let's get into the message this morning. I'm gonna pull a card for myself. Look, there go my mama. Come on, protection. I'm always gonna keep the sun card, y'all, just because that's the Lord showing up. We receive it, the sun card. So this is the Lord showing up. Lord, we receive you in the message this morning. This is clarity. This is illumination. This is faith as well, childlike faith. Some of you, it's like a recharge that you may be receiving as well. We got an 8 of Cups. Now, didn't I say when the Spirit of truth comes, and the truth is the truth, message.com, okay? The first word on here, y'all, is truth. The first word on here, okay? When the Spirit of truth comes. And the 8 of Cups over as well. So telling you, when the Spirit of truth comes, He will not speak on His own, right? We will not speak on our own. This is what the Lord is instructing us. Let's see what this card is that came out. message. Now, y'all, I have the diamond is the card that actually came out, and this is Second Thessalonians. This came out, y'all, this morning when I was shuffling the cards, and it was face down, so I just left it. I have something about diamonds. Hold on. I wrote this a couple of days ago. Let me go back, y'all. Let me find it. It was something about diamonds. Okay, on February the 1st, so go back in your journal, February the 1st, this was actually, it was the full moon in Leo, okay? So that may be significant. Something significant may have happened on that day. What do I have on this day? Isaiah 9:6. That may be important. On this day, I wrote diamonds, value, beauty, hardness. I wrote divine beauty, unyielding strength, brilliance, enduring quality. For some of you, your value just went up. And then I also have a note here about Exodus 28:18. And something about show off, okay? So, and the number 2020 as well. So I just kind of look at the notes that I wrote around that. Let me make sure that I didn't write it. I wrote it twice. Thank y'all. I actually wrote it on the 30th, January the 30th. I have Second Thessalonians 1:5. So let me read what I wrote around this. There's 10 of Swords, 10 of Cups energy that was coming through on this day. Mean girls, a mess, mean girl energy. So there's some of you that may be something that you're dealing with, something like that. But let me just tell you, we done stood through worse, baby. Forged under pressure. So just know that this may be something. Hold on, let me say, look at that again. And so for some of you, that may be what you're dealing with. I don't know, child. They just, maybe instant karma. Y'all was right. Y'all has said it. Be very mindful. Y'all gonna start seeing some people get some karma now. And we don't wish this on anybody, but you can't keep playing in the Lord's face, and you're not gonna play with his chosen people. So people just need to leave people alone, okay? If it's you, do better. If it's somebody else, don't worry about it. Let God handle it, right? 2 Thessalonians 1:5. All this is evidence of God's judgment, that God's judgment is right, and as a result, you will be counted worthy of the kingdom of God for which you are suffering. I also got 1 Peter 5:6 on that day. So diamonds may be important for someone, okay? Let God handle it, okay? The diamond speaks of brilliant, unbreakable, forged under pressure. For many of us, man, we've been pressurized for this. We've been built for this. Like, there are just certain things, y'all. Maybe you used to be that person where, you know, things would people would say, oh, people talking about me, or that. Baby, if you did not, let me say something right now. If you ain't catch me in my lowest season, that's limited. For those of you who don't know, that was homelessness. That was living in my car. That was getting up every day, getting a message while I'm sleeping on the back seat. If you ain't catch me in that season to have something negative to say, baby, it ain't nothing you can say to me, about me. You can say it to my face, baby. It ain't nothing you can say to me in this season of life. Because if you wanted to talk about me, and I'm just using myself as an example, not saying I'm going through this. Baby, if you ain't catch me in that season when I was really at my lowest point, it ain't nothing you can say to me, because this is where I became this. This is where the Lord really built me. This is where he built me to withstand the pressure. Baby, it ain't a person on this good earth that can make me feel some type of way about me, because most people don't understand where the Lord just brought me from. So for some of you, maybe you were that person that you had, you know, people, they say something, oh, you know, it used to affect you. No, baby, you had to catch me when I was at my lowest, and you would have had to catch me at the beginning of that season as well, to try to make me feel some type of way about me. Because in this season, no, it ain't nothing nobody could say about me to make me feel any type of way about self. Because for what? I told somebody this the other day. One of the blessings that the Lord has given me, y'all, is that I don't have a single thing to hide. The Lord has allowed me to be so public with my journey, with my story, with my failures, with my successes, that it ain't no skeletons in ToShae's closet. You can't come and say, well, I heard ToShae did that. Nothing. I don't have anything to hide. All my life is truth. You know what I'm saying? And that is a beautiful place to be, y'all. I cannot explain. There's so many things that people hide and they don't want people to know. But the blessing that the Lord has given me is that no, my life is my truth. And I don't have any skeletons. There's nothing that I haven't said on here that the Lord hasn't allowed me to say. I don't have any secrets. And so I said that to someone the other day, and I've said this before. It's so refreshing, y'all, to really just be able to say, like, no, I ain't did that happen? Absolutely. The goal for us should be to walk in truth, right? Because when it's a beautiful place to be. That's all I can say. And I ain't saying put all your business out there, but that is the blessing that the Lord has allowed me to be to other people. No, this is my truth, but I walk in my truth. So you can't come back 10 years down the line talk about, I bet y'all didn't know about this, baby. I didn't told that. What you gonna say? Anyway, and I said that to someone on yesterday, and I said, man, it's a beautiful place to be. Okay, we have authority that is coming in next. 6:11 on the clock. Clashes with the boss or a challenge to your power will compel you to respond. Didn't I just say choose peaceful? See, y'all be thinking, look, let me just get one more again. Let me go back to today. Then the whole thing the Lord just told me, I'm gonna read it once again. There are always people. Wait, there are things people think you're unaware of because you ignore or just don't react. It doesn't mean it doesn't mean that they're getting away with something. It simply is beneath you to react or respond. Okay? Don't respond. It's not worth your energy. Okay? It's not worth your energy. This is, and the understanding, y'all, there are people who are recognizing the power and the authority that is operating through you, right? Because of the Lord using you, working in, with, and through you. So think it not strange that people are going to try to challenge your authority, challenge your gifts, challenge your talents, whatever it is, baby. It'll be all right. Remorse, regret, feeling of culpability, guilt. We're not just talking about conviction. For some of you, I told you, you're going to speak a truth. You're going to, what you say, what the Lord instructs you to say is going to convict somebody. And you're not even doing it on purpose, but their response, the way that after you say whatever this is that you're going to say, this conversation that you're going to have, someone's going to feel guilty because they're going to recognize, like, man, she really just called me out. Like, she really just made me feel some type of way. And typically most people respond in anger or negativity or something like that, or even silence, because because the Lord just convicted you. He does it to me all the time. That check me in my spirituals. So like, right, he doesn't correct us, he doesn't discipline us because he doesn't love us. It's because it's like, no, you need to do better. So for some of you, there are going to be some people who even if they challenge your authority or challenge, your truth, they gonna end up feeling guilty, and that's something that they're gonna have to deal with, because it's not for you to try to like, you're not trying to make nobody feel guilty on purpose, baby, but that's the response that they're gonna have, because they're gonna have to own, like, dang, I was really wrong. Okay, here we go. Reflection that is coming in next. Take time to revisit the past and figure out what you want to do. Come on, God, let me explain it. Thank y'all. The mirror. We realize that Jesus is a mirror to us, right? We realize that all Jesus does is he's a mirror. He stands in front of us and he reflects back to us the things, the characteristics, the attitudes, the integrity, the morals. He is a mirror. And so that's all he does, is he shows us the things within ourselves. Y'all hear the cat? Y'all, can y'all hear that honey out there? He be outside my door all the time, y'all. Be out there hollering. I'm gonna have to start feeding him, huh? But then if I feed him, then it'd be a possum out there, y'all. I don't want to feed the possum. Y'all go help him. What's wrong with the honey? Him hungry. I ain't got no food. I ain't even got no tuna. Y'all go help him. Anyway, I'm back. So Jesus is a mirror for us, right? Jesus is a mirror, and all he does is he reflects back to us the things that we need to work on, the things that where we're falling short, right? So again, many of you, because of how you're walking, because of your integrity, because of your character, you are reflecting back to people the things that they have, maybe they prided themselves on, maybe they thought, or they think that, oh, something that they're how they're operating out of their ego. I don't know. But whatever it is, it's like you reflecting this truth back to them. And don't think that they're gonna like it, because again, it's easier to hide behind the lie. When people are faced with the truth, that's what they don't want to deal with. That's what they don't want to see. Okay. Let's see what else, y'all. Let's clarity this authority card. So for many of you, it's like, and then clarity is coming through on this diamond as well. So let's see what else, y'all. Here we go. We have the last quarter that's coming in: releasing, letting go, energy clearing, reflection. 2 different times. What are you reflecting? It's on both of these cards, y'all. Reevaluation, creativity, preparing for the next stage. So for many of you, you're also starting to see that who you used to be is not who you are now. So there are many people, I just heard like you're just seeing through people. And that was one of the messages today. You aren't pretending anymore not to see people for who they are, and recognizing that you are not in alignment with certain people anymore, okay? And that has to be your truth, and you got to be okay with that, okay? You have to be okay with that. The people who you are surrounding yourself with, I was praying last night, and I told the Lord, thank you for the people he's surrounding me with now. People who are genuine, people who are authentic, people who I ain't got to worry about when I'm no longer in your face. What are you saying about me when I'm no longer in your presence? It's like so many of us have dealt with people where they smiling in your face. We good when we together. But then when you're not in my face, you talking about me, you dealing with people who I don't deal with, or who don't like me, things like that. We're no longer in that season, y'all. The Lord is really aligning us with people who are authentic, and that because we are showing up as authentic as well. So for many of us, we've been releasing and pruning these people who are not in alignment with that. If you can't show up as your real self with me, it's going to be hard for me to deal with you, because I don't show up as anybody different. Does that make sense? Like I'm joyful, I laugh, I joke, like I like to have fun. That's my normal energy. If I'm not in that energy, then I know I'm not around the right people. Does that make sense? If I'm not happy, if I'm not at peace, I know I'm not around the right people. And that is something over the last couple of months, y'all, that the Lord has really shown me. If I don't feel good when I go to work, if I pay attention to my energy and the people that I'm surrounding myself with, y'all. If I'm not feeling like myself, right? If I'm not feeling like this ToShae, I ain't got the right people around me. And you'll start to recognize that, y'all. You're going to start to recognize like different people. And it's not that, because I like to be myself wherever I am. So if I can't do that, then something's got to change. Either I need to change the environment, or I'm going to ask and pray for the Lord to change it. And 10 times out of 10, he does, okay? Because he'll make you aware. Here we go. Matthew 7:13-14. Hold on, y'all. Side note, I mentioned the song Jack and Diane yesterday. Was that on yesterday? Yes. Y'all, kid you not, I mentioned the song Jack and Diane by John Cougar Mellencamp, and at 11:04, so that number may be significant for some of you. I looked up the number 11:04. It means swallow, it means covered, it means devoured, it means really and genuinely, naturally. Needless to say, at 11:04 yesterday, I heard the song Jack and Diane, and I said, dang, I just said that. I had just said it, and I ended up hearing that song yesterday. I got to go back and watch the message. Go back and watch yesterday's message. There may be something in there. And I also got the number 1213 yesterday, which is a number that the Lord, we actually had the 1213 card yesterday. So imagine my shock when I ended up in conversation, and I ended up and I wrote it in my journal yesterday. I was at work. Someone actually said the number 1213. I was like, Okay, Lord. So for some of you, so again, that was on yesterday. So go back and watch that message. There may be significance in that. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it when I have time. Hopefully tonight. Y'all heard my stomach growling? Don't be judging me. That's not where I was going. Real quick, let me see this because I think I have this written somewhere. Matthew 7:13 and 14. Da, 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 da. I just want to see because I feel like I wrote this somewhere. We talked about gates. I have to find it, but it seems like I can remember it from somewhere. I'm gonna have to find it when I go back. I'm gonna have to do better, y'all, about going back and listening to the messages. I'll be tired by the time I get off work. I feel like I wrote this scripture somewhere. Anyway, I'm back. Enter the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it, but small is the gate and narrow the road that leads to life, and only a few find it. Okay. So for many of you, I feel like when we were talking about the holy road, so that message may be important. Y'all can go back and watch that one as well. Dang, y'all, I can't look. I got to look again because I remember when I wrote this. Okay, so this was on February the 2nd. We had the number 1213 that day. Hummingbirds may be important for someone. And then the message that talks about Jesus went first. I'm trying to do better about writing the titles of the messages that I've given. So some of you may need to go back and watch the Jesus went first message. There may be something significant or important in that message. But I think that's around the time when the Lord was giving me talking about gates, right? And we had the Golden Gate Bridge that happened yesterday. Anyway, so this is the road and the path, and we got to stay on it, okay? This is the road, this is the path, and this is, again, y'all, just making sure that even if someone else isn't, you continue to walk in authority and your power, because this is what's coming with elevation. I think oftentimes, like, for many of you, you're destined for a level of elevation that most people are not going to experience. And so the Lord is preparing you. He's teaching you how to deal with people. He's teaching you, many of you, come on, God, He's developing you for leadership, and He's going to put you in those positions of power and authority. So think it not strange that as He's elevating you, He's also teaching you how to deal with people on different levels, because you're going to have to learn how to deal with people with egos. You're going to have to learn, how to work with all types of people. There are going to be people who don't like you just because you're a woman, because you black, because you white, whatever the case may be. You're going to have to learn how to deal with people. And this is also about recognizing, like, fighting with, like, every battle. You don't have to fight every battle. Like, pick your battles, right? Let's get the last cards out here, and then we're going to be out this thing. Here we go. We have, dang, I saw the tower at the bottom of the deck. We have drastic changes that are coming in. Destruction of the old. Y'all, wake up call. I almost thought that this was going to be the message that we were going to talk about. Can't make it up. So this card says destruction of the old, unpleasant surprise, and wake up call. Yesterday, as I was at work, the Lord gave me Matthew 3:2, and I wrote wake up call right there. So for some of you, there's like a shock. There's a tower, and I saw the tower at the bottom of the deck just a few minutes ago. So for some of you, it's like out with the old, in with the new. This is elevated conversations. This is alignment with different people. For some of you, there may be something that this could be a part of your awakening. Take how it resonates in your spirituals. What else did I get yesterday? Because I didn't get a lot other than the song playing at 11:04, the number 11:43, wake up call, Philippians 2:20, and then I wrote be like Christ. Okay, so I don't know. There may be something significant, a significant conversation that is going to happen for some of you. We'll have to see how this develops. I feel like this is a week of developments, y'all, where it's kind of like the Lord is giving us clarity piece by piece, but there may be a piece that falls into place this week. Just gonna say this, it's some folks that's feeling guilty for how they treated you. Okay, there's some people now that they can see what the Lord is really doing. Now maybe you spoke a truth to someone, you tried to make someone know something, you tried to make them understand. This could be somebody that you walked away from, right? This could be someone that you chose not to deal with anymore. You walked away, and this is, or you turned your back on someone, because it's 8 of Cups has, and then look, the 3 of Cups is up under that. It's like you choosing to, you try to tell someone, you try to, instruct them, you try to say, like, listen, I'm trying to help you, and you couldn't. They didn't want to receive it. You finally said, okay, I'm done. You let go. And now there's someone, they're remorseful. They feel guilty for what they did, how they treated you, how they did or didn't show up for you. Now it feels like this person is going through some, and this could be multiple people. This could be a friend group, because the 3 of Cups is over here. This could be multiple people that are now regretting the fact that it's too late for them. Okay, it's too late for you to come back from what you did. And maybe you told this person multiple times. Maybe you tried to say, like, you ain't gonna keep treating me the way that you have been treating me. There's someone who's experiencing some guilt and some remorse, some regret, because they're recognizing now that there's no coming back from something. I don't know. They may have gone, somebody around you, because this doesn't feel like you. This feels like you showing up very powerful. This feels like you showing up very confident. So I feel like this energy is around you. Or for some of y'all, it's like someone is seeing you shine, man. They're seeing you, like, we hear this all the time, the glow up is real. But it's like someone is seeing you shine. They're seeing you be your best self. They're seeing your life going in a positive direction. And maybe this person could have been a part of that, or you tried to invite them into that, or you maybe tried to take them with you. But now you understand that this person wasn't meant to go with you, but maybe now they're remorseful that, because they had that opportunity. I don't know. Some of you, this is something that someone, again, this is around you. It just feels like someone's kind of, maybe they're stealing your energy. Maybe you're still dealing with the person. I don't know. But anyway, they're seeing your shine. They're seeing, like, this is how you're showing up. Right? This is how you're showing up as the diamond. Maybe they try to break you in some way. Unbreakable, period, meant it, right? Maybe something, what? Child, I'm finna get mad in my spirituals, and then we have to go, y'all. It feels like for some of y'all, somebody tried to break your spirit. And they finna make me mad in my spirituals, okay? They're getting on my nervous system. Because for some of you, it's like somebody tried to break your spirit in some way, and it didn't work. And maybe this was an opportunity that they had multiple times. I don't like it. Maybe they tried to break your spirit in some way, but it was like the Lord had strengthened. Come on, God. The Lord has strengthened you so much that they were not able to break your spirit. And as a result of that, you oh my gosh, you walked away from this person, but like it was almost their assignment. They were trying to break you down in some sort of way. This could be someone very narcissistic. I just heard, man, not an entity. This is, oh, my ear just started ringing. My God. Like for some of you, there's someone that tried to break your spirit and it didn't work. You walk away now as a result of you moving away from this person. Now they're starting to see that what you were really made of. You're tough. You're tougher than they thought that you were, but they tried to break you in some way. So anyway, now as a result of you walking away, following God's instructions, being obedient, changing your lifestyle, no longer associating with the same people, the Lord could have put you in a different environment, whatever the case is, however the Lord made these changes in your life, y'all, they're seeing that they were never going to be able to break you in the first place. And so anyway, somebody's feeling guilty about that. They're feeling remorseful, but baby, they finna watch you shine. They finna watch you shine. And yeah, they gonna be sitting on the sidelines because what? They ain't going. Okay, they ain't going. Anyway, that's it. And just as a side note, walking right into people, like I told y'all, people who are really in alignment with you, people who are really in alignment with this new version of you, people who are really like these are true friends and genuine friends and people who want to build you up, people who want to help you. This is who the Lord is surrounding you with at this time. And ain't it a blessing to have good people around you? It really is, y'all. It's a blessing when you start looking at your old friendship circles and your new friendship circles. You start looking at the growth that you have, and there may not be nothing wrong with these people, right? But it's just like you know that you're no longer in alignment with that. It's a blessing, y'all. It's a blessing. So anyway, that's it. That's the message. Lord, I hope this helps somebody. Thank y'all so much for the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribes, the love, the energy. I am so truly, truly grateful. It's time to get to the work, y'all. It's time to get to the work. Y'all go be great and amazing. Do great and amazing things. Hydrate your soul. Drink your water. Say your gratitude. Have a fantastic and an amazing hump day in purpose, on purpose. I will see y'all in the morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time for the message. I love y'all in real life. Bye, y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you, Lord.